Hello Cancer and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for May the 1st through to the 15th. So lots happening in this period. It is eclipse season. So starting the eclipse season with the new moon in Taurus, which is happening on the 30th of April or the 1st of May, depending on where you are in the world. And then topping and tailing this fortnight off with the full moon in Scorpio, which is also an eclipse, a full lunar eclipse, which is happening on the 15th of May or the 16th, depending on where you are in the world. So boom, eclipses bring in new beginnings, endings. It brings things in and out, fated things. So it actually feels like there's some really nice things coming with this new moon in Taurus, which is a lovely energy to come through for you, Cancer. Now, I kind of got this vision for you as I was meditating just before your reading, and this vision was you standing on the edge of kind of like, it was like you're in a natural setting, like there was a natural pool, like a water pool, of water hole of some sort, and you were standing on the edge thinking about diving in, and you were visioning yourself, seeing yourself diving in, but yet you were still standing on the edge. You hadn't done it yet. So I do feel like you're really, really thinking about quite literally diving into something, and you keep trying to either convince yourself, talking yourself into it, or you're manifesting this and envisioning it, but you haven't quite done it yet. It's a sense of, I'm still here on the edge, contemplating whether I'm going to do this or not. So interesting. And I think with eclipses, it does bring in unexpected things. It's all very connected to fate. So there might be some unexpected shifts and changes. You do need to be a little bit flexible with it, but some really exciting new beginnings, which I think could be great for you. So I'm going to just pull a card, an empowering card for you, a little message to start the reading, Cancer, and see what's coming through. And just wanted also to let you know that this reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising, and always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you kind of a more holistic view of what's going on for you. And it's a general reading, Cancer. Just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. So absolutely beautiful. You got the King of Shells, which is like the equivalent of the King of Cups. It's the sign of water, which is absolutely beautiful. It's about taking action from your emotions or how you're feeling about something, or your intuition. So it says harmony and integrity. So I do feel like these are important things. I see you on the precipice, you're on the edge about to dive into something, and these issues are important, harmony and integrity. It's like, if I'm going to throw myself into something, I need to know that this is something that's going to bring more harmony into my life. I need to know this is something that is right for me, that I'm showing self-respect by doing this, and also that it's authentic for what is right for me. So those are kind of the energies that are coming through for you, Cancer. And it's actually a beautiful energy. This King of Shells energy also could be a lovely connection coming through for you with somebody. It doesn't have to be gender specific, but it's got a beautiful seahorse, and seahorses, they do things a bit differently. They have a beautiful dance. They mate for life. The males carry the babies. So it's just, they're absolutely a very unusual and beautiful little species. So I just get there's a sort of potentially a connection or something within an existing connection that is just doing things a little bit differently, but there's a sweetness to it, which is really lovely as well, that comes through. Now, speaking of all these like kings that are coming in, we've now got Wand King. So we've got fire and water, Wand King, Leo crown. And we've also got Moon, Jupiter, Neptune, Pisces, Venus. So your ruler, the moon, has come in, your planetary ruler, right next to the fire of Wand King. And this is where I feel like the Wand King is kind of saying, just do it, just dive, just do it. The King of Shells is like a little bit more of a softer, sensitive energy of, I just need to really suss out how I'm feeling about this. Does it feel safe? Do the people around me feel safe? I'm just observing and being receptive to feelings around me and observing my environment before I'm jumping into this water. And that's why I love it's the King of Shells. It's like, maybe when you dive in, you're going to find this magical world, which is really lovely. But there's this kind of pressure. It feels like times are ticking with the moon is about cycles and time. And the Wand King is like, Just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it. And so the Leo energy can be uncomfortable, actually, for some people, because it's a little bit about putting yourself out there in the world, shining, being recognized. It may be that you're wanting validation from somebody before you step into this. There could be confusion around this with the Moon Pisces energy as well. So it's kind of, I do feel like some things, it's like, on the surface, it feels like this should be the right thing that you do, but you're worried about what's there underneath the surface. What is there, a hidden rock? If you dive in, is there something that there could be a little bit of fear, you know, about diving straight into something. And it just has this sense that perhaps there's some subconscious fears around it, but there also might be a sense that maybe you've got this intuitive sense that something hasn't quite been fully revealed to you yet, or maybe someone hasn't fully revealed their feelings yet. We don't know. We'll have to have a look and see what else is coming in. We've got Wand 4, Jupiter, Aries, Pentacle, Prince, Virgo, Chariot. So Wand 4 is like saying that there is a planning phase, and this is, I feel like it's been completed. It's like the plans are in motion. The plans are here. We've got the Pentacle Prince. It's kind of, you know, you're ready to start. You're ready to take action and actually start making something happen. It may be, you know, it's very, very early days with the Pentacle Prince. You're potentially getting some messages around planning, if you haven't already done the plan, that there's a sense that messages around money, so planning for something for your future. So maybe you're getting messages around savings or messages around your work. There's a sense that there's something new that the universe wants you to do on a material resource level. So this could be home, health, money and career, that you're kind of getting that there's plans in motion. There's new plans in motion, and it feels like it's, I kind of just get, you've kind of reached it to a point where the next step is to actually start doing it. So yeah, interesting. Let's see what else is coming through for you, Cancer. So we'll pull some cards and find out. So that's why I kind of feel like you're at the precipice, but there potentially is something that you're putting the brakes on for whatever reason. There's just a little bit of like, I'm not sure. So, or it is that you've started something and then the fears are starting to come through. So, and this is very much, you know, what could be happening with the new moon in Taurus. It definitely could be you get excited, you start something new, and then by the time the full moon comes around in Scorpio 2 weeks later, which is a total lunar eclipse, it could be all these fears start coming up around it. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But that doesn't mean that you should not do it or shouldn't have started it. It just means that you might have to contend with some of those subconscious fears that are arising at this moment in time. Okay, so let's see. We've got the Page of Wands. This is just all about starting something new. And you kind of crossed by the Six of Pentacles. There is conflict here with the Five of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords, and that's lucky in the recent past. Temperance in the near future. That's nice. You're the Ace of Pentacles. You're kind of ready for this, you know. You're ready to step into it. The Ten of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Look at all these pentacles. This is all the earth realm here. And the Eight of Pentacles. This is to do with your work. And at the base, the Knight of Cups. Do you follow your heart or don't you follow your heart? Are you stepping into happiness? Is something calling you? Is your intuition calling you? Maybe you're wanting to kind of work on some things in your life in terms of bringing more romance. But yeah, it's like your heart is telling you with the Pentacle Prince, all these princes, pages coming in, and the Ace of Pentacles, there's something very new that you are so ready. Like I said, you're on the precipice. You're ready to step into it. And the Page of Wands is very much about, you might be getting messages around work and career. Absolutely. Like there's something new, or this can be something off on the side that you're wanting to do as a side project or a hobby, but it might be something to do with your career that you want to be doing something new. Maybe you want to study on the side. Maybe you want to start a new project. Maybe you want to be moving to a new different department, a different role. Or just there's something new that you want to be learning and doing. So this feels exciting. It is crossed by the Six of Pentacles, so it does feel a little bit like that money might be an issue around this. A sense of maybe you have to do it with not much pay or not as much pay. Maybe you're taking on something new and you're not getting paid for it at the very beginning. But it's just a sense that it just feels like potentially something on a material resource level, like on the material level, just feels out of balance. And so I feel like the things that are stopping you are issues to do with fairness or money or not feeling like you have enough to step into something to invest in this. Not quite ready to invest my time and energy into this at this moment in time. But this is where I can feel like you're very highly conflicted here with the Five of Wands, because it's like you're not going to get better at something. You want to test yourself. You want to see how good you are at diving off into that water, but you're not going to know unless you do it. And it's the sense of getting better and better and better at it. The more you try it, the more you do it. You need that experience. That's the thing. And so the Five of Wands is about testing your skills against others to get better at something. It's kind of like when you're playing sport and you move up a division, you move up a grade, and suddenly everyone's such a better player. It's a harder game, but you get better. So it's a little bit like that. It could actually be competitive as well with this Wand King Leo crown. It could be, so, you could be connecting to ambitions that you hadn't previously kind of owned. They were there, always there under the surface, but now they've come up and it's like, yeah, okay. So that's why there could be, some interesting energies around it. So the Five of Wands could definitely be there's conflict about whether you want to do this or not coming into it. At the base, we've got the Four of Swords, and we've kind of already established that. At the base, we have the Four of Swords, which is, if you want to know, this is at the root of the issue, that there is potentially a mindset shift that could occur here. If you want to really connect in and get the answers already lie within yourself, inside your mind. So it's connect in, find that place of stillness, that place of quiet. You might even need a break. So maybe this is all too much for you at once. It's like, I can't even think about starting something new. I need a rest. I need some, I just need some time out. So it could definitely be around all of this, that there's this pressure, this ongoing pressure to be doing things, starting things, to be bettering yourself. And there's a part of you that's just not ready for it. It's a part of you that says, I just need to replenish and rest. But it's kind of saying that the answers do lie in the messages that you're telling yourself at this moment in time. So if you can take some time out to meditate or contemplate, or just a bit of time to think, time to yourself, this is where you're going to get those answers, because you kind of need to disentangle some of your thoughts into something that is clear. So, and also what I'm getting here with this Four of Swords is this is all about the narratives that you're telling yourself. And so this is where I was kind of getting that vision of seeing yourself jumping in, even though you were still in the it's like, when elite athletes would imagine themselves winning the race, they'd sit there and do a meditation or a vision and like imagine the race before it even occurred. Just say you're an Olympian. You imagine yourself swimming the race and coming back and winning. And that's kind of what this is saying, is imagine yourself being successful at this with the Four of Swords. But the answers do lie there. So the answers do lie within, into the stories you've been telling yourself and the narratives you've been telling, and you can rewrite that story and that ending. So that's entirely up to you. It's kind of an empowering energy, which is nice. But this is the other thing is I'm getting with this King of Shells and harmony, integrity. You don't want to be pushed into something that's not right for you. So if you're feeling pressure from outside that's not going to feel right, you need to kind of come to this as a deeply internal space where this is feeling right for you. So that's the important thing here. There's no rush here, even though there's a pressure. So it's kind of a different, it's hard to explain that, but it feels like, when somebody's telling you should be doing this and you kind of feel like, yeah, I should be, but you could do it in your own pace at your own time. So that's kind of also important. In the recent past, we've got the Three of Swords. So there has been something that's hurt you in the past, which is potentially, you have dived in the past and you've hit a snag of some sort, or it was difficult to breathe. You might have actually had problems in the past. And it's kind of remembering that, because now you're sitting here on the precipice again going, How's this time? How's it going to go this time? So it does feel like some kind of wound has come up in the recent past where something has kind of either triggered you underneath the surface, and it's kind of potentially been bubbling away there for a while, but it's come up to be addressed. So there's something that has kind of hurt you. This Three of Swords can be anything to do, it can be just a bill that was bigger than what you're expecting, or it could be major heartache. So, or you tried something and it didn't work out, or it could be something very devastating. There's so many, because it's a general reading, it could be so many different varieties of it. But either way, I feel like there's some kind of wound that's been triggered under the surface that it's come up to, I feel like it's an agitator. It's actually, this is part of the pressure here, is to kind of, to try something new. So to try stepping into this. But there is an element of, I've done something similar before, I've done this before. So, but this different time and place and energy, it's new. So in the near future, you've got the Temperance energy. So this is where it's saying patience. This needs to be healthy for you. There are some things coming up from the subconscious that could be confusing, that could be unclear. So the Temperance energy is there is a path opening up to you which is aligned, but think about the longer term, think about where you want to be. And so sometimes you have to have a longer term vision in order to kind of take that initial step into something that is the next step towards where you want to go. But it might not necessarily be that enjoyable. Maybe you want to get to the other side of the water hole. There's a beautiful waterfall over the other side. I want to get to that. But I don't really like diving into this water. Maybe it's dark and murky and you don't like the look of it. And you kind of have to go through there to get to where you want to get to. And it's kind of, the Sagittarius energy can be a bit like that. The Temperance energy is also around health and healthcare. So it's kind of like, I do feel like it's like making a healthy choice, a healthy decision for you, which is really important. But it's saying, ready to, interestingly, the angel is dipping their toe back in the water. So it's kind of like, are you ready to dip your toe back in? And it's not, it's not having to dive right in. That's the thing. It's just kind of gentle, take it at your own pace kind of energy, which is interesting. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is you. So this is something is really grounding into a reality of this is what you want to do. The Ace of Pentacles is ready to start something new. So I'm ready to start a new job. I'm ready to do something different with my health. I'm ready to start saving and do something different with my money. I'm ready to start something new with my work and career. So I feel like this idea is really sinking into a reality while you're standing there on the edge going, am I ready to do this? Yes, you are. You are ready to do this with this Ace of Pentacles. So there's something really new here that is kind of being activated deep within you. And it's just about listening to that voice. The energy around you, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So something is completing you've got eclipses are about endings and beginnings. The tens are endings, the aces are a beginning. The tens of Pentacles also represent, so this is something on a material level. So this is, something you've put as much as you can into something. And maybe that job is over. Maybe that project is over. Maybe that you put a lot of work into a project at home. You've been fixing up the garden or something. It's done now. It's time to start something new. And that's kind of where you're getting the message that something has ended. But you put probably a lot of time, effort, energy and money into something or all of the above. And it's kind of like, something is definitely ending and something is stepping into the new. Now, the ending might actually be precipitating this Three of Swords, feeling a bit sad about the fact it's ended. Maybe it was an enjoyable process. Maybe it was something really rewarding, because we do have hopes and fears, the Three of Pentacles, which is where working with people has been really rewarding, or creating and making something of true value and worth, something that felt like you were really mastering a skill, or you're getting a lot of fulfillment and sense of self-worth out of something. But it's a sense that this is a really lovely energy coming in with the Three of Pentacles, feeling like you've achieved something. So you're wanting to a sense of achievement with this. Interesting to come through. But it needs to be on the material realm, something concrete and tangible that you can feel, sense, say, do, show. And as an outcome, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So this is getting down to work. So you're definitely starting something new. There's no rush with this. You know, the Temperance energy is all about moderation. Be patient. You don't have to rush into it. You can dip your toe in. But ultimately, the Eight of Pentacles is you are going to throw yourself into something, and it is definitely to do with work, or you're going to be working really hard at it. So this is definitely, you know, a really fantastic opportunity. I feel like this is where you've jumped off and got, okay, I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to immerse myself in it. I'm going to enjoy it. So it also feels like with the Eight of Pentacles, there's a little bit of a, getting down to business, getting down to work. But I'm also getting, like, next to the Pentacle Prince, it's an apprentice energy. Like, you feel like you're starting something new again. Not to say that you haven't had experience or you might not be an expert at doing something, but it's like every time you start something new, it's the beginning, and it feels like, you know, you're learning again how to do something, or, you know, it may be some of you quite literally are learning new skills. But yeah, the Eight of Pentacles is definitely getting down to work, which is good. So as an overall energy, we've got the Knight of Cups. This is all about following your heart, following that path that your heart leads you down. And crowned by the Wand King, this is very much around self-expression, but it's around following your passion as well. Now, this can be relating to someone you love or something you love, but this is where you're getting a lot of messages to kind of go, it's heart first. It's heart, being led by heart first. But once you kind of take that initial step, you're getting down to, you're working. So, yeah, I feel like it's just that moment of apprehension and fear that comes up before it. But I think once you step into it, it's going to start feeling good. It's going to start feeling like you're seeing some concrete results. And it's going to feel like it's something that you're going to want to work at and work hard at. So it's a nice energy to come through. Let's pull an affirmation card. This relates so much to this Four of Swords. I trust my inner wisdom. That's what this is, going deep within, retreating within, and going, okay, what is my inner voice of wisdom saying to me? And it says, as I go about my daily affairs, I listen to my own guidance. My intuition is always on my side. I trust it to be there at all times. I am safe. And that I am safe is really important as well, because it is around trusting that you're not going to put yourself in a dangerous situation, that you are going to make sure it feels right. It feels safe. You're sussing it out with the King of Shells. How's this feeling before you step into it? This one says, I deserve the best and I accept the best now. Love it. I'm mentally and emotionally equipped to enjoy a prosperous and loving life. It is my birthright to deserve all good. I claim my good. So, yeah, I mean, that's such a beautiful energy to come through, that I deserve the best. And sometimes, you know, that's what the Three of Pentacles is about, being the best, deserving the best, getting best results coming through. And sometimes, you know, we don't feel like we deserve it. So this is kind of giving you a little bit of a nudge in that direction to kind of open up to something that really good that the universe is offering you. And you're just coming face to face with some of your resistances around that. As a charm, we have, oh, I love it. We've got the King of Shells, and now we have the beautiful starfish, all these beautiful watery energies. And the starfish is so lovely because for me, it's about inner contentedness, inner happiness. It's that sense of being guided by your heart. Let your inner starlight guide you to where you want to go. It's about fulfillment. And all starfishes are all unique little things. They're all trusting your inner wisdom, but also connecting to your uniqueness, your authenticity, and your integrity. And so ultimately, when Temperance comes in and the King of Shells, there's this sense of alignment and harmony that's coming in for you. And this is what this opportunity that's related to your work that is coming in at this moment in time. So, or something that you're wanting to work at. So it's actually a really nice gift. It just might not necessarily feel like, you know, you just need to kind of really make sure it feels right before you do it. So that's it, Cancer. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to look into the near future, what comes in after you decide to kind of dip your toe in and then get into work. What sort of energies are surrounding this? What sort of things are coming in? What sort of things are coming out? What sort of people are coming in? What things can be achieved? What messages are coming in through the universe? So where is this all going? You know, you've dived in. It's all starting to work. You're putting a lot of energy into it. So let's see where this is all going. And so that's all going to be in the extended reading. And we'll also pull some extra messages around your intuition or clarifiers and anything else that you need to know around this and where this is going. So love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. I usually pin the link to the comments as well. And if this is where we're leaving each other, Cancer, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, because that lets YouTube know that you support this channel and the content made on the channel and helps with support the growth of the channel. And take care.